Right, we're going to go after the high pressure lines down here. In order to make things easier, we're just going to go ahead and remove the ICP connector sensor over here, and we're going to remove the engine oil temperature sensor right here for the oil. So all right, so let's get this one off. You have to push on it up on top here and pull back like that. Sometimes you may have to actually use a screwdriver. So we'll get these out of the way, and we're going to be going after, let me see if I can't zoom in. I'm going to go after these right here, these high pressure lines right there. We're going to go after those. So in order to get those lines out, you have to use a tool, and I'm going to go ahead and reposition the camera so you get a better view. All right, to make things easier, I went ahead and I pulled the engine oil temperature sensor off. I believe that's a 19mm wrench right there. That's easy. And I also pulled the ICP down here. That's a 27mm. I'll show you the tools for that in like a little photo inset. Or a 17mm Crowfoot if the original is installed. All right, so we're going to go after these high pressure lines down here, and I found it's easier to take the tool and put it in from the back right here with it angled towards the back like that. All right, so go ahead and squish it down in there. Make sure it goes all the way in. There you go. And once it gets all the way in, you can reach down here underneath now that the ICP's out of the way and just grab it, and it pulls off like that. There you go. Now you can go ahead and pull the tool out just like that. All right, now this one over here, this one has it's got a problem. It doesn't want to come out, so I'm not sure what the deal is or why it won't, but I've tried several times. So let me try again. You just stick the tool in there like that, and then you're supposed to be able to just pull it off. And I've tried everything under the sun, including putting an extra tool in there as well. Let me go find that here real quick. I have not, for some reason, been able to get that off of there. Even tried pushing like this extra tool in here and prying and pulling, and it didn't come off. So what I did is I put a 19mm, in this case 3/4 inch Crowfoot on it with a wobble extension all the way up to a 1/2 inch, the 3/8 adapter, drive adapter, and a 1/2 inch ratchet. So let me get this out of there, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. I'm sticking my hand under here on this nut, and I'm wiggling this back and forth because the Crowfoot is kind of tight in there. I could take this off right here, but as soon as you pull that off, you have to put a new seal on it. So I elected against that. Here's a view of the fuel bowl on the back. The lines that we're referring to that you have to buy the new seals for is the top left one and the bottom left one in this picture. I've tried pliers, needle nose, everything. The only thing that'll loosen it up was the Crowfoot. I even tried running in here, putting the Crowfoot on it and doing it by hand, but it's just extremely difficult. If you can't get that to move just by wiggling the line up and down while you're turning it with your hand, you will have to pull this off right here. And before you do that, make sure you get a seal, because the seal in here is a one-time use seal. So make sure you got a new seal if you're gonna have to pull this off. I actually have one, but I was gonna try to do it this way to see if it could be done just for you guys. So anyways, let me get to it, and then once I get that line off, I'll show it to you. Also, to make things easier, go ahead and pull the line off the other side. Thank goodness this side popped right off, just 2 seconds, boom. But this side, it won't release. So there's something wrong either with the coupler or something in there. I don't know what it is. I'll figure it out when I get it out. So all right, so let me get back to it. Okay, So this is how I'm doing it. Wiggling the line up and down. See my fingers down here? Let's see if I can zoom in right here. Boom, there we go. And I'm wiggling the cable up and down while I'm moving it with my fingers. Man, what a pain in the butt. So stick my hand under here and wiggle up and down on the cable. All right, got it out. Grab this line and bring it up here. All right, there's my problem right there. All right, I got it out, and let's see if we can't zoom in here. You can see I managed to damage this, but I had this in here. I'm sorry. Yeah, this side. And there's two sides of this tool. There's a smaller side, and then there's a larger side. So make sure you use this side, the smaller side on this. And so I had the tool in here like this, and this sucker would not come apart. I mean, no matter what I did to it, I could not get it to come apart. And this should easily just fall right apart, and it wasn't. I even tried to get another tool and stick it in here like this to get maybe just a little extra on it to push it out some more, you know, in case the rubber was like missing like it was, like that. And tried prying it, tried wiggling it, tried everything under the sun, but that sucker would not come out. All right, here's the finally got it apart, and there's what the problem was. There was a little bit of corrosion in there. This little sleeve right here, sorry about that, trying to get a close-up for you. This little sleeve, when you put that tool behind it, it's supposed to slide forward, and it was sliding forward, but there was corrosion in here, and that corrosion was preventing that ring from expanding open, or I should say outward, to release this little area right here. Right in here. That ring sits right here where my fingernail is. And when this comes through here, it's the same thickness as this piece, so the hose can come out because the ring won't hold it then. Now, the corrosion was keeping the ring from going in to the hole. So this ring right here, or this slip, was coming down to about here and stopping. I couldn't get it any further in, no matter what I did. What I did is I stuck the tool inside the vise. Put the tool in here, wiggled this back and forth, and twisted this at the same time, and it finally released. So that's just a quick update on the problem and why some of these hoses won't release. So if you have one that won't release, that might, a Crowfoot, a 3/4 inch Crowfoot, or a 19mm Crowfoot, and you know, and a little Wobble extension, maybe your only way to get this off, other than to cut that right there, and then you'd have to cut it right here, right there, so that you could slip your 19mm over it. All right, I went and grabbed the 19mm. A 19mm will slide over that. So if you don't mind cutting your hose right here, you can get a 19mm over that and get it on this right here, and your problem will be a little easier to get off than mine was. And had I realized how difficult that would have been, I probably would have grabbed me like a Dremel tool and cut this line off and done it that way. So lesson learned there. That's how you get one of these lines off that does not want to release for whatever reason. All right, if you want to reuse this part, you can clean it out, pull that ring out, clean everything out really well. You could probably replace the inner O-ring in there if you want, if you can find one. I don't know where they're at, but I'm just going to replace the lines. But in an emergency, you could do that. And then this little piece right here, this that goes on the line here, pull it off. And then you might want to take these little tabs right here and bend them up a little bit so that they go down into the coupler a little better. See, right now they don't actually get into the spring to release it, and that might have been part of my problem. So I'm going to adjust them, and then I'll show you that. Okay, if you want to straighten these out, just grab you a pair of needle nose pliers, a nice big set, and then just bend them up like that. And then before you put it back together, grab this, kind of tuck it underneath, then grab this side. Okay, I dropped it. And then grab this side right here and kind of take it and tuck it underneath too, and that way it's nice and tight. Then go ahead and take your hose, and even though this is kind of messed up, it's helpful, because without it, when you pull the hose off, this little ring over here will go flying. So make sure you put that on there and just push this back on. Get this little boot over the top of it like that, and when you hear it snap in, it's good to go. All right, now once you've got all this cleaned out and your ring reinstalled, it just goes right on. Put some oil on it, by the way. Now it won't come off. See that? All right, now you can just push the tool in and turn it, and it comes right off now, where before, I mean, it was not coming off whatsoever. It wouldn't come off. So now it's on there nice and tight. It's ready to go back on if you need to reuse it in an emergency. If it's this bad to begin with, I recommend you just replace the lines. I'm going to put a link below. RiffRaff makes a couple of lines that replace the quick coupler thing, and I think it's over $200. And then they have a crossover line that goes over the back of the motor to help with the injector oiling and stuff, and it makes the injectors work better. That's another $59, $60. You can put that in there too, and the whole cost is I think it was $302 or something like that. I'll look it up and I'll put it in the little video thing here below. And then just clean your line out. I'd say probably use a little bit of gasoline. Don't use any brake cleaner or anything like that, because you don't want that to damage the line that's there. This line is actually good. I just don't want to have to deal with this issue again. But I will take these two lines, clean them out. I'll put some new O-rings on here. I'll put them in bags, and they will go behind my seat in case I ever blow a line on the road. Then I don't have to wait, 3 to 5 days for a new line to show up, or go to the Ford dealer and spend $300 for a line or something like that. So if you have good lines, just kind of recondition them a little bit and put them behind the seat for an emergency. Also, if your line doesn't have the little corrugated plastic thing that comes on here, I want to show you something right here. See these little things? These are burrs, stainless steel burrs. They will really tear your hands up, and they hurt really bad when you get them in your hand. So either wrap the line or put the plastic coating back on it, or use yourself a little rag and wrap it around it when you're working on it like that. So, well, I hope this helps somebody out of a tough spot. I know I wish I'd known this, so that's why I made this video. So thanks for watching. God bless y'all, and keep none you out. Bye.